Hi guys, happy Tuesday. I'm back with another reading. I don't know if y'all needed that breath, but I needed that breath. Um, it's just a lot going on right now. A lot of energy, a lot of healing taking place right now, a lot of upheaval. So I'm gonna set that out here for you as your spirit is rising. I just think that's something that we all need. That soul crystal there just feels like big tower moments for a lot of people. So, what I'm not gonna keep. I feel like I want to have things to say, but I don't have things to say. I think there's just things that are being revealed. I've been as I've been pulling the last couple of weeks. I've been getting a lot of, stop ignoring the red flags. Like just pay attention to what's going on around you, kind of thing, which just, makes me feel like there must be, even for all of us that maybe are so sure about certain situations or that we think we understand what certain connections are or what certain things mean, that we may have it wrong, and be being called to be a master student, master teacher, master leader at all times means that you have to be ever ready to be right, to be wrong, to offer advice, to get advice, to give guidance, to receive guidance, to follow the right path, to follow the wrong path, because you are a way shower. So that's not always going to mean that you're guiding yourself. You're not guiding yourself. You're guiding yourself, but you're not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So there's that. All right. So I have a couple decks here. I'm gonna just kind of pull them all out because I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this yet. But yeah, even for me lately, just being called to connect more deeply with, not just what I'm capable of, but what I'm a part of. Like you're not just a tarot reading. You're tapping into your divine nature. You're tapping into, infinite source and knowledge, and working closer with your spirit guides and angels and ancestors. So it's not like this, you know, I don't know, like special experience unto you type thing. And that is something that we're all doing. We're all doing, whether we're conscious of it or not. Spirit is working on us, through us, with us. Whether we call it that or not, it is what it is. It doesn't change what it is. It rolls by any other name. It's right, like it's still a rose. So, we may feel called to certain things, and we may feel like we have, divergent reasons for them. Maybe you do meditation to relax, or maybe you do meditation to center yourself or ground yourself, or maybe you do meditation to speak with higher source, or whatever. Maybe you have all these different reasons, but we do it because it's there for a reason. It has central properties and facts and factual experiences in our lives. So, and I think we're all just getting clear about what those are. So, I have my attention is zeroing in on Mo's mini deck, which is the Secrets You Keep mini oracle deck. I think I want to pull 3 cards is what I'm hearing from this deck, and then potentially 3 messages from the karmic energy in our lives, which can be in the form of family, friends, intimate relationships, work relationships. You can feel these. They're the things that kind of irritate or push you. They challenge you. They create those moments oftentimes in your life where you look back and you're like, wow, that was really hard. Or that was really a betrayal, that was really fake, or that was really this, and I went through a lot getting through it, and I'm better for it now. So it's kind of, you can kind of pick those people, persons, themes, places out in your life. They feel like that. And then Mystic Beauties, Easy Tarot deck. All right, so if it feels like I'm stumbling when I'm talking, it's because I'm trying to listen to what's being said to me and talk at the same time. It almost feels like being a translator. Like I'm hearing a different language and then communicating to you what that person is saying in our language, if that makes any sense. So, but it doesn't, it's not literally a different language in my mind. It's, thoughts, feelings, sounds, because we're all doing this. So, thoughts, feelings, sounds, things that occur to you, aha moments, those types of things, song clips, certain colors or images or memories that pop up at certain times. These are all different ways that Spirit is communicating with you. Spirit world is communicating with you. Universe is communicating with you consistently. And last but not least, potentially this Magic 8 Oracle deck by Mo. So, okay. I'm going to start with pulling the 3 cards from the Secrets You Keep mini Oracle deck by Mo. And when I ever sit down in front of my actual laptop, because I've been doing all of this from my phone, so if I ever sit down in front of my actual laptop, or when I do that, I will put the links to all of these card decks in my description box and actually put like things in it. All right. Oop, okay, that was, do your thing. 1, 2. All right. Okay. All right. Aggressive much. There were 4 cards. So I'm going to read them with you guys, because I like reading with you. Okay, so the first one I have is Fearful. Sorry, I'm off the camera. Fearful. You're hiding your fear from yourself. You're not being honest about what you're terrified about. Break it down, because fear is like, it's that boogeyman in the dark type thing, when you're telling your parents there's something in there. And then I just heard a door slam, and I just turned and jumped. So, yeah, most of the time, whatever that thing is that you're terrified about, it was really practical, and not as scary as you thought it was going to be when you face it. The fear builds up the anticipation about what's going to happen. You catastrophize it, but start to break that down. And like I'm still turning towards the door. Wow. So it's something that we have to work on. We're hiding from ourselves how terrified we actually are. And we need to work on getting grounded and doing whatever things we need to do to feel safe, to feel our own deep sense of holding. We've been reading that out of the Isis deck, to feel our own deep sense of holding, developing our masculine energy within. Okay, the next card is Heartbroken. We're hiding from ourselves that we're heartbroken. Let me move this one. We're hiding from ourselves that we're heartbroken. I'm not going to really say too much more about it, because I think as soon as I said it, I knew what I was heartbroken about. What I was hiding that I was heartbroken about. You know what? I'm just going to speak freely on it, because I don't know, maybe having examples of it matters for someone right now, but I'm heartbroken about a lot of the trauma that I've gone through in this lifetime. I'm heartbroken about not having relationships in the upright. I know that I know that I chose and also helped orchestrate the experience that I have had in my lifetimes, including this one. So I take accountability for my part. It makes the ownership a little easier. It makes assigning the appropriate ownership a little easier, because then I feel comfortable, more comfortable, to see my parents, my guides, my physical 3D guides, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, my mother, my father, my cousins, my siblings. Seeing them as divine expressions, having a human experience and having orchestrated and placed themselves in such a position to create circumstances for all of us to learn, and that we've done that, repeatedly throughout our lives, and that as we move throughout our lives, we're meeting people. That's what we're constantly doing. So when we're having these moments of feeling like we knew someone, it's because we have. And when we're having these moments of having deja vu, of feeling like we repeated it, of a moment in time, it's because we have. It's because we are. It's because we will. It's because these things are active. And so being able, it's just been this very long stretch of trying to stretch the imagination. We talked about this in the last reading or channeling, of pushing the imagination stretch to encompass a belief in a thing that previously would have been completely foreign to you, completely unbelievable to you, to stretch ourselves to encompass the unbelievable, the infinite. Because all of these things that we've, felt and called and been identified with, they're real. They're based in a real reality that is far, far disconnected from this time-space continuum that we have in this reality on Earth. So, yeah, I don't know. That's all I got on that. I'm heartbroken about some of the relationships I have in my life that I've had to let go of recently. I'm heartbroken about, not feeling like I've done enough and needing to I also know I need to let go of that feeling, but, just like I should be so much farther along in my mission way. But that's not real. I have to let that go. The next thing that we're hiding from ourselves, player. I'm not going to tell you who this is in your life. You're going to know who this is in your life. Opportunist, inconsiderate, promiscuous, sloppy, multiple kids, multiple options. Feels like divine, masculine energy to me. Very much, and I'm staring at karmic tales too, very much influenced by karmic relationships in their lives. But this is the energy that they're rocking in right now. So, given everything that you know now about who you are, who they are, and why you're here, where does that fit in for either one of you? Stop hiding it from yourself. Last one. Right, I set it up like that. If I fold it over. It's interesting. So I don't know. You hiding unforgiveness? Are you hiding forgiveness? Are you hiding that you are letting that thing go? And that those patterns that you were in when you weren't in a forgiving state, that they're done, they're over, you need to let them go, they no longer serve you? Are you hiding that that cycle has ended? because you're afraid, you're not ready to step into the new version of yourself, to the new lifestyle, to the new job, to the new promotion, to the new relationship, to the new friendship, to the new, how you say, the consciousness. It's scary. Change is scary. Even when change is for the better, change is scary. Are you hiding that you're letting it go? Messages from the karmic about the player energy that they instigated in divine masculine energy. No, yes. Much accountability. Instigation does not equate to demanding, creation. You know, they were always in a position of free will. They always had a choice. They always had a choice. So karmic energy is just saying, you know, hey, I did what I did, but it wasn't that hard. It wasn't that hard. Okay. So 4 cards have popped out. I'm going to flip them in order that they came with you. So the first one is sexually transmitted disease. So I'm going to stand this up. So if we're going to stand it up next to that soul stone for healing. We just want to take a moment to just pray for healing of the divine masculine energy. We all go astray. We all make mistakes. We all do dark things sometimes. We all stay in dark energy sometimes. But you have to be willing to walk out of it. You have to be willing to be honest about it. You have to be willing to talk about what you gained out of it. It can't just be just this sense of mourning about what you lost in it. Because you were complicit. When you made those decisions that went against your integrity, that went against your moral ground, that drew you away from those things that excited you, that made you want to wake up in the morning and have passion for your life, you gave away that experience in your life, decision by decision, you know, day by day, year by year, as you built that career, as you built that family, as you built that empire, as you built that line between your self-care and your self-love, and then there's just infinite giving, and growing, taking, and really enthralling yourself in that, you know, king among kings, that, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown type energy, when you're justifying your poor behavior, your lack of leadership, your lack of integrity, because, you know, everyone's doing it too type things, or, you know, to just assimilate, essentially, because you knew it felt wrong. It felt wrong every time you were presented with it, but it just felt a little less, as you made decisions across that time space. And this could be, you know, something that, actually I was going to say this could be something that took place in a short amount of time. But I don't think so. I think what happened was it reverbed in a short amount of time. This was something that divine masculines have been doing for a really long time. For some of us, for years. They've been in this very much this player energy, this opportunistic, inconsiderate, promiscuous, sloppy lies. You're starting to catch up with lies. They always have multiple children. They may have multiple children outside of their marriages. They may be married and have multiple children. They may have multiple children outside of their marriages. They may be going on to create multiple children outside of their marriages. And none of this has to be negative. It doesn't have to stay negative. You know, like, children are not negative. But there's that. So, but it feels like what's happening is there's been this long cycle of this karmic energy, and now almost like a final exam type thing where your karmics are applying pressure right now. They're putting up every single scenario that you went through the last time is coming through full force this time. And the way that you reacted to it in the past doesn't have to be the way that you react to it in your current reality. You get to choose. And furthermore, you get to choose with the notes from the test, because you did this already. This is not a unique experience to anyone, that is going through what they're going through right now. In some degree, to some levels, you've been through this trial before. What did you do last time that was successful? What did you do last time that led to despair? Your main mission in this potential is to avoid the dark areas of your experience. Don't allow yourself to dip into despair because of what is happening to you. You have to raise your vibration. You have to be active and concerted in your effort to raise your vibration, and to maintain a high vibration despite what is happening around you. It really is that meme of the little guy sitting in the coffee shop where everything is on fire and he's just sitting there enjoying his coffee and he's saying, "I'm fine." It's not that the circumstance around him is fine, but he is okay. He is protected. He knows that he is guided. He knows that he will not be led into any of those flames as long as he's trusting in himself and leaning into his sense of what is right and what is wrong, and what brings him joy and what brings him love. What is the unconditional path of love in whatever situation you're going through? So if you're making any decisions right now based out of malice or in a intention to cause pain, suffering, for the sake of pain, suffering, stop. You're getting the answer to the test wrong. And you can always rewrite. We can always rewrite because time is in a circle. So just stop. Stop. Yeah, just stop. Just stop. It's just imagine it. Imagine it, how even from this perspective, how it sounds, how it's gonna revert back to you. If we're saying we believe in karma, how is that gonna come back to you? If you strike back now out of malice, we know the rules now. Okay, so and that's not to say that there's punishment, because there's not punishment. It's, we know the rules of energy. We know how energy works now. It is reciprocal. It doesn't die. We know these things. It transmute. If you're gonna send that out like that, you should expect to get it back 10 times what you sent it out. So that's positive and negative. And then we're always in the center of that choice. We have free will. We create that reality for ourselves. So if you're gonna do it, do it. But the whole thing of people from glass houses don't throw stones. We don't throw stones from glass houses for a reason, because if people launch back, which is exactly what energy is going to do, it's going to be sent out and it's going to turn around and it's going to come right back to you. So are you ready for that? Make choose wisely. Carry yourself accordingly. So what we're hiding from ourselves right now, karmics are telling us, divine masculines, your counterpart got some secrets. You may know about this, you may not. It may not be a secret, let me not say that. But just looking at, the characteristics of Karen right now, I just doubt that these people are really in a space of being honest. But we're always communicating to each other energetically. You may know about this. You may have been having dreams about this. You may have been feeling sympathy pains about this. Maybe you have been having an itch somewhere that you can't quite explain. It's not you because you guys haven't been together. You guys haven't been intimate with your, some of you guys, have not been intimate with your divine counterpart for a while now. So it ain't you, but you've been feeling sympathy pains because of what they're going through right now. And this is the Karmic Twos Tails deck by your inner chakras. So again, when I sit down at my computer, I'll post all the links to these beautiful decks. Not interested in sex. Your karmic isn't interested. It was never about them. Sex is a tool. Sex was a tool. And the easiest way to have somebody not feel like they're being played or not feel like they're being used is to make them feel like they're joining in the fun. Somebody said this to me. It was a Ruth Bader Ginsburg quote of like finding ways to state your problems in a manner that other people want to join you in fixing them. Like that can be done positively or negatively, you know. If I create an environment where I make it seem like like that kind of Pied Piper energy, that karmic in your life, that kind of Pied Piper energy of like luring you in and telling you that all the things that you've been told before were bad and taboo, they're okay over here, and you can do whatever you want here. And it's not that you can't, but there are rules, ways about conducting ourselves, doing things in dark energy, being deceitful, lying. That's not okay. If you're having this multiple options, dating multiple people, that's fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. What is the problem, or the sin, if you will, is when you are being deceitful. So they kind of lured you into that space of like, you can be dark energy here. It's okay. We're all like that. Come down here into this cave type thing. And they were never, totally devoted to you in that way. It was a tool to keep you distracted while they took everything from you. Fake friends came out next. I feel like I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to influence anyone in any way. You know who they are. If you don't know, you're going to know very soon if you're open to knowing who they are. This type of stuff, because we do everything socially. So this type of stuff, if, your divine or your karmic counterpart in your relationship is helping you feel like, we can be swingers, we can have a harem, we can, we can, do that whole lifestyle. We can, experience all our different sexual interests and all this. You can have partners, as long as, you don't do this, and that, and the other, whatever agreements you came up with, if they were done in a deceitful way. This is a social experience. So there's going to be folks around you that know more about the truth about what's happening to you than you do if everybody is doing it from a space of lying. I mean, just think about like when you were in middle school or high school and you had, you have that friend group. Certain folks in the friend group are closer to each other than others. They're going to know more about the internal experience of each other than even other like intimate relationships. Like your best girlfriend in high school was going to know more about you intimately than your boyfriend, whatever. So nothing about that really changes. We still operate in that social space. So you got some folks around you that ain't really all the way for you. You know who they are. Let them go. All right, last card is another woman. So karmic's just here to let you know. You've been feeling her, you've been sensing her. That distraction from your energy. He doesn't have to say it if you don't know. He doesn't have to admit to it. That's your confirmation. So, go ahead and ask your question, because I know you feeling it, your yes or no question. Go ahead and ask your yes or no question. And we'll pull a couple cards from the 8 of deck. Ooh, that's not dropping. I'm hearing just don't be in despair about it. It's okay. We're all having this human experience. We all make mistakes. And if you're in that, I hate him, I'm done, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. Boundaries are great. But again, if you're doing it from a space of loving detachment, that's where you want to be. You know, I love you, but I can't allow you to, impact me in this negative way, and I wish you well. That's one thing. If you're in the, F him, F everybody that got to do with him, never want to see him, delete, block, transmute, blah, blah, you're still in this rah, rah, rah energy, you got some healing to do. We got some healing to do. I'm just listening if there's any other messages. I don't think so. So we asked our yes or no question. Whatever question that was for you, Spirit, Universe, Ancestors are saying within 90 days. Within the next 3 months. So I hope everybody got the confirmation that they needed. If it was difficult for you, I'm sorry. I definitely heard truth hurts in the background, which made me kind of giggle, but sometimes the truth is painful. So just center, forgiveness is key. Just center forgiveness for yourself, for others, release that fear, face that heartbreak, because it's true. He's been telling you for a long time that it's not. But it's true. And if you guys ever sit down and are able to be honest and talk about it, you probably find that you even know why it happened. You even know intuitively why it happened, why he leaned so far into this energy, how it all went wrong. Because you are just as clairvoyant as he is. Like, I'm hearing a lot of divine masculines are vivid dreamers. They have a lot of they think they're crazy, right? Because we teach the guys not to feel things. But the dreams, I think their dreams are all like, wow, I had this wild dream. They've been, hearing messages too, and you know that if you were to sit and really listen and you guys were to go point for point, you probably could find that you understand. Doesn't mean that you condone, but that you understand why and how it went wrong. So I'm gonna pull a couple cards from Mr. BD's Easy Tarot, just because I feel like we need to close this energy out. Like, we need to have some healing. We need to have some forgiveness. We need to grow up a little bit is what I'm hearing. Grow up. You know that it's not always about you. You know that it's not always about you. So don't take personally anything that it wasn't for you. Don't take personally anything that wasn't for you. They love you. They love you so much. And divine masculines, we love you too. We love you too. And we know that our relationship, our connection is not dependent on our physical romantic relationships in this lifetime. Our mission work is to support and play. So as long as we are not hindering each other from, as long as we're not hindering each other from growing and we're focused on our own individual spiritual ascension, that's the best possible way forward. If you're centering that, it's gonna be fine no matter what. But if you're centering that, if you're getting into that flow, fear is just irrelevant. You don't need it. You know that nothing is happening against you. 9 of Wands. Defend your territory from a safe position. Courage under fire, protecting what's yours. Resilience, strength, and reserve. Call yourself up. Don't give up. That karmic relationship right now is applying a lot of pressure. you have all the tools you need to defend yourself. You have all the tools you need to make this situation come to a close. Don't get into the vindictive, tyrant, control energy. Consistently focus on what is the best possible outcome for all parties involved, the highest good for all parties involved, that you are able to execute and move accordingly. We have Queen of Wands in reverse. Start karmic energy, cold-hearted, bitchy, communication problems, makes accusations difficulty with problem solving. If you're feeling it, try to flip this energy for yourself, because this is who you are. Intelligent, perceptive, professional, organized, independent, detail-oriented, quick-witted. You have fun, you joke around. You're confident in your leadership of your life. So come up out of this. Don't let that karmic drag you into this. And last but not least, 7 of Cups. Creative, inspiration, imagination, fantasy, illusion, wishful thinking, surprises, choices. So, guys, we started the reading talking about this a little bit, of taking time to rest. Tap into your creative outlets. Express yourself creatively. This is you having a direct conversation with Source, of opening up your third eye, and really downloading what is just pure out of the quantum field, if you will. Go harvest, go create, talk about, if you're singing songs, listening to music, deep listening, listen to the lyrics, listen to the way the beat makes you feel, what songs play, you get kind of that washed, tingly feeling. Really pay attention to the way, I just got a tapping on my neck, my throat. Feel into the way that your guides, Source, universe communicates with you consistently, because that's where it's coming from. So sing, write, dance, watch plays, watch movies, play. Oh my God, play so much play with Play-Doh, sand. I mean, just like youthful, childlike, create that space. When we used to have coloring time, or get yourself a colored pencils or a coloring book or a sketch pad or whatever. Just go for it, because that's where the next steps are going to become loud and clear to you. Okay, I think that is it for this reading. I hope you guys are, if you've been in a low place, no shame, just come slow it down. If you're not feeling so well, again, this, hey, take some time, eat that light diet. Just think about if you have kids, you get them on some broth, a little bit of rice, or just a long bath, some soak, some salt soaks. Trying to see what else it's telling me. Tapping on my throat. But really cold, clean eating, clean feeding your body. So don't go get Campbell's soup, guys. Oh my gosh, no diss to them. Got it through our childhoods, but go get some broth. Go, if you're not a cook, you're not a chef, that's fine. Go to any, I'll say indigenous people, any cultural restaurant, right now I've been eating a lot of I've been going to this Thai restaurant down the street and getting a lot of wonton soup. They have these beautiful curry soups, but chicken noodle, you can go to more sandwich shops and get chicken noodle soup, or go to the grocery stores. They have that stuff in the deli lines now, but just look at the back of the ingredients. Just make sure it's clean, whole foods, things that you could have bought in the grocery store. If you do cook, make some of that stuff up. I'm hearing make some of that stuff up and bring it somewhere. Like maybe bring it to a work or a potluck, or think about a family member. Just like, if you had that kind of old neighbor mentality of, somebody was feeling down, you bring them food. So if you're in high vibration right now, you're feeling good, and you're conquering and tackling the karmic challenges in your life right now, that's beautiful. Lend some assistance to the collective. I'm hearing lend some assistance to the collective. That's all I have. Love and light to everyone.